The Super Mario Bros. Galaxy movie is a lot of fun, but also there's a lot of moments in this movie. So let's talk about it. Hey, movie peeps, thanks for watching NibbleNFlix, the podcast for Snacks Me Cinema. I'm your host, Jeff Freed, and this will be a non-spoiler review for the Super Mario Bros. Galaxy movie. Meet me down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts on the film, and let's get into it. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is a sequel to the Super Mario Bros. Movie, where Mario and Luigi meet and befriends Yoshi as they join Princess Peach and Toad on a venture into the outer space across the galaxy as they face off against Bowser and his son Bowser Jr. So I did enjoy the first movie, the Super Mario Brothers movie. I thought it had a lot of heart. It was really visually beautiful. They developed a pretty good story, and they gave all the nostalgia when it comes to the video games. And just overall, I thought it was a very good film. Yes, it had their flaws, and it kind of went wacky at sometimes, but you kind of figured that out when they were trying to do it, especially it's coming from an Illumination movie where they basically just all go ham and it's basically just for the kids. So I wasn't really shocked that it was going to be like that type of film, but overall I thought it was a good movie though. I was kind of surprised that Universal and Illumination kind of skipped Super Mario Brothers world and go right into Galaxy. I thought they were slowly building up to Super Smash Brothers, but an article that came out from the executives who are making these movies say they're not leading to a Super Smash Brothers. I thought that's kind of odd the way that they were doing, how they just basically skipped Super Mario Brothers World and went right to Galaxy. But yeah, I mean, the question was for me, will I enjoy this film? Even though the last one had a lot of flaws, I had a lot of enjoyment because of the nostalgia and what they were trying to build. And can they hit, gold again? So this movie is strictly, it was made for the kids and the fans of this video game. And if you loved or liked the previous film, you probably most likely will love and like this film as well. And I have to say, Illumination does a fantastic job when it comes to all the production of this movie, when it comes to the visuals, the sound design, the music, everything they incorporated to make this movie is absolutely stunning and beautiful. The colors are bright and they're vibrant. It looks absolutely amazing when it comes to all the worlds that they designed. And just loved how each of them had their own tone and style. And I like the casino one. That's probably my favorite one, and how they shot that too, or how they made that when it comes to that scene. I thought it was very creative how they did that in the movie. And also when it comes to the sound design, I loved what they did. If someone picked something up or drop something or do something, they'll make the noise that actually came from the game. I thought that was very creative as well. And I like the touch that they did that. They did that in the last movie too, but this one, they actually went a little bit more on that. That was kind of cool. Also, when it comes to like the music, they actually brought a lot of the music from the games into and incorporated in certain scenes, and it fit perfectly when it comes to those scenes as well. So overall, when it comes to a production of the style that they did in this movie, I thought the process that they did and everything that they put in this film was absolutely superb, and it's probably the most beautiful films. And I would not be shocked if this movie gets nominated for best animation in the movie when it comes to sound design, when it comes to like score and all that stuff, because they knocked it out of the park. One of the things I did enjoy about this movie a lot is the references and how they use it from the lore of Nintendo video games. There's a lot of Easter eggs, there's a lot of references, there's a lot of characters that came across a lot of Nintendo games, just not Super Mario Brothers. And I thought that they did a good job of just having those moments where they bring you back to say, oh man, I remember that character. I remember I played that character. I remember I beat that character in the game. But they put them in the movie, and I thought that was really cool. One of them I kind of wish they did not spoil at all, and that's basically the studio they coming out. I know it was like a desperate attempt or whatever. I noticed that the tracking for this movie was kind of lower than the first film, but then when they came out and basically just told everybody that Star Fox is going to be in the movie, basically, Fox McCloud, I thought that was a huge mistake, because they could have kept that cameo very secretly until when it actually does happen in the movie. It would have felt more memorable, because he is in the movie. He does do very important things at the end of the film. And I felt like if that cameo was not basically spoiled, then that moment, that scene would have felt more effectively when he comes into the movie. When it comes to the story or the arcs of characters, there's really not a lot, but the ones I actually did, it was Peaches. She has a story in this film, and I thought the arc of that was pretty good, very interesting, very different from the video games, but it has something that at least you can sink your teeth in while you're watching this film. And I thought that the whole process of her story was pretty good, her entire journey. And it's very interesting that they went that route. And like I said, it's different from the video games. I'm not sure how people are going to gauge from that, either they're going to like it or not. But however, I thought it was something that they kind of need something, some kind of heartfelt story in the movie, and I felt Peaches fulfilled that role. There's not a lot in this film, but Bowser is basically the heart of the movie. He is the person that you're just watching his story, his whole entire arc. I like what they did with him. He's someone is basically trying to figure out who he is and what he's trying to do with himself. One point inside, he's trying to befriend Mario and Luigi and show that he is a decent person. He kind of feels bad, the situation between his son. And you have his son, Bowser Jr. is basically telling like, no, bruh, you evil, you're dirt McGirt. Like, you need to remember that. And I like how he was going back and forth with that. You basically wait for him to pull a Ric Flair on Luigi and Mario. And of course, he does because he's a villain. But however, I love the conflict that he was going through, just trying to figure out what kind of person he wants to be. And you could tell that moments that he just wants to be a good dude and just want to be the best dad he can. Once you get out, something always pull you back in.
I'm stuck! Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
So the voice acting in this movie is really good. Nothing really special in here. I thought everyone did a great job with their character as well. The jokes in this movie, some of them hit, some of them don't hit. I thought the first movie was a little more funnier and really more wittier when it comes to the jokes. But I mean, still, this movie is just a fast-paced film. It does not slow down. There's really no downtime at all. It just goes. When the movie starts, it just goes already to the end of the film. The only thing that's really slowed down about this movie is maybe the credits, till you're just basically waiting for the end credits to show up. But other than that, the movie just goes. It's a very quick 98-minute movie. And that might be just enough for the kids and also the fans of this video game. Like, I could see them really gobbling up this movie, just kind of like Skittles and just having a good old time. But this movie does has flaws. Like, one of the times where you're watching this movie and you just start thinking, it's like, hey, what about this and that and that? And that's when you start seeing the flaws, and it's to just start piling up,
Oh no! Oh no! No!
So this movie has sequel-itis. It's just one of those movies that when you get a sequel of another movie, it just does what sequels does. It has to be bigger, it has to be brighter and colorful and louder. You gotta make it more crazier, the situation, and they just go on. And it kind of like they took some of the good things that the first film did and just tripled it and totally forgot about focusing on the character development and the story in this movie. Writing in this movie just felt absolutely rushed. It seemed like it was just like they were focusing on certain scene or scene after scene rather than creating a whole story, a plot that felt very consistent. And I was doing some research, and when I found out when they were making this film, especially with them saying that they're not leading up to a Smash Brothers movie, that the executives basically said that the way they made this movie is that they were looking at it as scene to scene. Like, would it be cool we put this character in a movie or that character in the scene and do this and do that in the scene, rather than making a whole movie based on a story or a character arc at all. And the movie feels that way. Like, when you watch certain scenes, it's just like, okay, here's a scene and cut. Here's another scene and cut. Here's another scene and cut. And nothing really flows at all. So yeah, I mean, that is the issue of this movie. When you got your senior executives who are making this film, basically saying, hey, let's make this scene and put this person in here, and that should be fun, right? No, make a consistent story. Get the people that are not fans of this movie or people that like the first film and is hoping, hey, maybe we get a little more story and character development this time, kind of like we did in the first one, but more drawn out this time. And you coming back and you make this movie and it's like absolutely there's nothing. Yeah, you're going to get some bad critic scores. Yeah, the fans of this movie and the kids are going to like it, but the people that you could have brought in and made them fans of this franchise as well, and the people that want to see this, who are our fans of this franchise, want to see a complete story and a character development, are going to be disappointed. I don't understand why they went that way, but yeah, that's pretty pointless and stupid. The story is chaotic, and it's kind of like a kid on a sugar high who just can't control himself.
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
This is weird, like how you have your main characters in Mario and Luigi just don't have no story arc at all. Like, they're just guys in this movie, and it's their movie. Like, how does that happen? And when they go to the different worlds, like, they don't spend enough time in there. It would have been cool to like explore some of these worlds, see what was in there, see what was going on. You're just in there for a couple minutes. Like I said before, it felt like a scene and that world's over. Go to another scene, new world, that scene's over. and so on and so on. And just felt like very choppy. Like I want to explore in these worlds, especially like the casino world, all these worlds. We see all these cameos going on. Who else is in these worlds? What else is going on in these worlds? Like just the things they were doing in this movie just did not make sense when it comes to any story or any character development or anything like that. And that's going to hurt the film. Basically, that it just completely ignores making a story and having any character development and having you have any feelings for the characters, and you just there to watch these guys basically just ran shop and have some fun and basically go home after that. And I know what people are going to say, well, if you play Super Mario Brothers, there's really no story at all. Yeah, I know it's not Zelda, but still, this is a movie. Can we just have some kind of story? I mean, you kind of did it in the first film. Why can't you do it in this one? So the snack worthiness of this movie, the score of this film, I had to give it 3 snacks out of 5. I mean, overall, I enjoyed this film. Yes, it has a lot of flaws. You know, it does do a great job when it hits the nostalgia bait and the clicks and references and the cameos. And I kind of wish you got way more story and character development. But, you know, this movie is going to make $1 billion. The first one made $1 billion. So why would they change the format? They're going to do what people liked about the film and go triple that. And that's basically what they did here. You know, like I said before, kids and the fans of this franchise are going to absolutely love this movie. And yeah, I still had a good time. Even though all the stuff I talked about in the bad, I still had a good time with this film. And I recommend go seeing it. It's a good film to go to the movie theaters. Turn your brain off for 98 minutes. And take the kiddos and eat some tasty treats and snacks and have a good old time. There is one mid-credit and also end credits, so make sure you stay to the end of the credits and watch those. I thought they were pretty fun as well. Thank you for watching this video. I will be going to CinemaCon and within the next 2 weeks, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get more updates and some alerts. So when I put out some videos about what's going on during the convention, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So definitely subscribe to the channel so you can see what's going on while I'm at CinemaCon. But till next time, you know, keep watching good or bad movies, but always keep it real while you're eating some tasty treats. And I see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.